And we are on. What's up, y'all? It's another episode of the Dearly Deep Heart Id podcast. Recording this one just a day late, getting it to you a day late. I just uploaded the video from last time on YouTube. Sorry it took long. If anyone watches those videos, need to get those views up, but I just shaved, so hopefully you got a good face to look at this time. But this one I'm not sure, it might be a little short because I just wanted to share something real quick. Um just jump right to it. So yesterday, and you know how epiphanies happen, you don't really ask for them, or maybe you do, but sometimes stuff just comes to you. So I'm walking around. Oh yeah, how you like my chalice? I know you've seen it on Instagram, but anyway, I mean, I call it a chalice. It might not be. I don't know. Got it for Father's Day. Bought it myself. But you know how sometimes stuff just hits you in the head. It could be a ball coming across the fence. It could be, somebody jumping you from behind. That's how these things kind of happen. So yesterday I'm walking out of the bathroom and it just hit me like, based on last week's episode about your ex being an illusion, not only being an illusion, it's like there was more illusions within that situation. Um, in the beginning of that relationship, make sure I'm recording. In the beginning of that relationship, me and my ex, we were great together. She ended up moving a few months after we started talking, and then she actually came back. And throughout that time period of her being back, we just got closer, became inseparable. I mean, even when she had moved for a few months, we still talked pretty much every day, even though our time was different. I was in California, she was in Virginia. Um, we During that time we sent, you know, letters. We talked on the phone, all that good stuff. Um, I remember I don't think I'd seen the movie The Notebook at the time that she had moved, but what I thought it was just about a couple sending letters in the notebook back and forth. If I really wish I could find that notebook. We only did it maybe two or three times back and forth, maybe. But I'd write in it and send it to her, and then she would then write in it and send it back. I don't know what happened to that notebook, but anyway. So she came back around May. She left maybe, I don't remember exactly, April. She came back around June. Um, and from June all the way up until Novemberish, Decemberish, we were great. And so I've said it numerous times, we broke up numerous times. We broke up many times in that relationship, but we always came back together for the next 3 years. There were times where it would last a little bit longer, break up again, and then we'd come back together again. Everybody knows that by now. But the truth of the matter is, after that first time, after we broke up, like, it really was never the same again. It really just never went back to, it never went back to the same. I think maybe it was heightened sometimes, maybe it was less, but it was never the same again after the first time we broke up. And that's something that I didn't really share. So what hit me in the head yesterday was, the illusion was that she may have loved me that first year, may have been in love with me that first year, but after that, I kept chasing that feeling. I kept thinking that I could get that back. I kept thinking I can fix this, I can fix this, I can fix this, and I couldn't fix it. So I wrote her a text. I don't know if this was supposed to be like, oh, this is the last time I'm gonna text you or anything like that. But you know, I, this is what I wrote. I'll just get to it. I rambled already. I just said this has been a process, and I think I'm finally acknowledging that you may have loved me once, but it was brief. And when you stopped, you never loved me again. 8 to 9 years, I held on to an illusion that I just needed to fix this and we'd be together. I'm sorry for allowing you to come back all the times you did, and I'm sorry for pulling you back the times I did. I don't have to wish you the best or anything like that because I know you're great. I'll always wish we could have worked out. You'll always be my one. But I have to detach that thinking. I love you so much, miss you so much. You've always been my weakness and my strength. I'm sorry for ever wasting your time. It was a typo. But I hope you can agree we had some amazing times together. I hope you can lose some of the regrets you have in reference to you and I. I hope you can acknowledge that we bonded at some point. I love you, my sweetness. Sweetness is what I used to call her. That was basically her nickname. Mostly on text. In person, it was Babe, but you know how it goes. So yeah, the illusion was that I could fix it, and so I tried to do things that would fix the situation, and it never did. It never snapped back. It was gone. It was dead already that first time, and maybe she thought that she could fix it too. I don't know. I don't know because she came back numerous times. Maybe she was hoping things were going to be better each time, or maybe she just was really like, no, we're going to work on this in the back of her mind. Maybe she didn't really share that with me all the time, but maybe she felt that way as well. I have no idea, but that was the illusion. And so I was really thinking about that because yes, the text sounds like, oh, maybe this is it. Like, I'm not going to hit her up anymore. And I mean, maybe that's true. I mean, I know I shouldn't, but maybe it's actually true this time. Maybe I'm going to just say that that was it and never say anything to her again. And, maybe I'll never hear from her again. But it's not what I want. Like, it's not easy to not share my feelings, let alone with her. Like, I like to tell her how I'm feeling. Um, I want to tell her, I want to talk to her, I want to have a conversation. I don't text her to try to bait her at all, to manipulate her at all. I text her in a more selfish way. It's to get stuff off of my chest, stuff that I'm feeling that, I want her to know. She always obviously has a choice whether or not she wants to, read it, delete it, respond, or block me. Um, Truth be told, I don't even know if that's her phone number anymore and somebody just doesn't respond or if it's a dead line, but I know it always goes through and it always says delivered. But that's neither here nor there. Um, I wanted to do this podcast last night so it would drop on Monday, even if it was late. I wanted to be in a more natural state. I wanted to be laying down like I did on the first episode and just talk. But I ended up, just getting tired and just, falling asleep and, not wanting to grab grab the mic and do set up and everything. So I just went to sleep. But you know what happens when you sleep? You dream. So I wouldn't even say I was thinking about it a lot yesterday, but a part of me was. So in my subconscious, I guess it was really heavily on my mind. And I've said this before. When I feel like she's really gone or I feel like there's something going on, I have a dream about her. It just is what it is. I can't control it. Do I think there's some kind of odd, supernatural spiritual connection? Yes, I do. I definitely believe that. I believe in that. I believe that sometimes dreams can be just dreams and not have any meaning at all. I'm not the one to, say if a dream means something or if it's not. But I can, we can have our opinions, and this is what this is. So, me last night having a very, very, very vivid dream, um, that I actually woke up and remembered. To me, it says a lot, especially based on what's going on. Now, at the end of the day, like I said, this is an opinion. She could probably be not thinking about me at all. I could probably like I could probably be the farthest from her in her mind. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you about this dream. I woke up and I wrote it down. It really had me feeling, feeling some kind of way. Like I felt good, I felt bad, I felt sad. I wanted to cry when I woke up because it wasn't real. Um, but anyway, I'll just go through it, what I wrote down. I think I'm going to name this podcast, It's the Dreams for Me, as they say nowadays. It's for me, like, I don't, I'm just going along with it. But I think it would be a cool title. Either that or My Dreams Won't Let You Go. So maybe put a colon in there. Anyway, My Dreams Won't Let You Go. So this is how it went. As you can see, I wrote it down. It's a lot, right? I actually remembered my dream. So I dreamt I went to college in New York as an adult. I was my age. It was tough at first. I just kind of remember the feeling of being like, dang, like I'm all the way in New York, grown man going to school, still have responsibilities, but somehow I'm being able to pay for college and, blah, 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 blah. I remember like people not liking me for some reason while I was there. But I got used to it. I ended up getting used to it. And I ended up having a lesbian roommate. So it was like one of those TV shows where, the guy moves in and he thinks he's gonna, be able to talk to the beautiful woman and, possibly hook up. But then she lets him know, hey, I don't go that way. I'm lesbian. And that's really what happened. So I had it was like TV-ish. The dream was very much like a TV show. And yes, I watch a lot of TVs. I watch a lot of TV. But anyway, me and the roommate, we ended up becoming really cool. We became like really good friends. So this is the weird part, and this has happened before in dreams of mine before. My first elementary school girlfriend pops into my dreams ever so often. Don't know what that is. I mean, did I really love her when I was 6 years old? All the way until I was 13, 14, 15? I don't know. I don't know. I thought I knew what love is, but I don't know. But anyway, so I remember putting money in a meter for parking. And then I remember getting pizza and joking around with some guys or something like that. And so then I'm on campus and I'm walking back, or not walking back, but I'm walking to like where it was like a library or cafeteria area or like an atrium, something outside or whatever. And I saw her again as adults. I saw my, you know, long time elementary school crush who then became my girlfriend one day. I saw her and I was like, oh wow. So I followed her because in the dream, she was my ex, but she was my ex. She just looked like, that's what happened. She looked like my elementary school girlfriend, but she was my actual ex, the one that this podcast is about. And that's happened before too. So anyway, I followed her because I saw her with a group of people. And not follow her like that. I just wanted to come say hi or whatever. Like, wow, I haven't seen you in a while. So I followed her. And then there was this guy that was just like super close to her or whatever. So somehow I ended up getting in his face. He was shorter than me, so I was like towering over him, and I was like, it was like that real manly, like, oh, what you want to do, like, kind of situation. And so he backed down, but he was cool. So, we ended up being cool, and all three of us just started talking and having a conversation and laughing and joking. And so we ended up walking and talking. That's what I wrote down. We ended up walking and talking. And so by this time, somehow she turned in the face and body turned into my actual ex. So we were just like walking and talking, and then she started walking away. Like it was kind of like, how when you go to like a big park or something like that, and it has that metal, the metal gate, kind of triangular thing where you can't go in unless you unlock it so the cars can go through the road, whatever, like that. She walked through that. It was open, but she walked through that like she was trying to get away from me, but not in like a rude way, just like a very just subtle, just I'm walking. You either need to keep up or, because I'm not going to turn around. So I just followed. And then before I could even get behind the gate with her, she started walking back to me. And as she walked back, my roommate came back. I mean, my roommate was there all of a sudden, and we just all started talking. But then my ex walked up to me, and she was like, she joked about what we talked about, the roommate. And then she joked about, oh yeah, you thought you was gonna get that, huh? You thought you was gonna get to, mess around with her, blah blah blah. We laughed. But anyway, so all of a sudden, she grabbed my hand and we just started walking. And then she started planning our wedding. And so we were walking up the steps to my place, which was like this torn down looking loft type apartment or something like that. And we're walking and we get to this, little part in there where it was like really high. And there was a plank, just like a dusty old plank. And so she's just talking about how, she, the space is enough room for us to get married. And she starts talking about how, look at those chairs, like those chairs are really cool. So, we can use those, and, talking about who she wanted to invite and everything. And I'm just kind of like shocked, but in a dream, you start getting it. So you're used to it. I mean, it's not weird anymore. So I'm just like, yeah, we can do this and we can do that. And, we walked across the plank and I grabbed her hand and I told her, look, you can grab this rope, like this rope right there or whatever, so you can walk across, so you don't fall. She didn't have any shoes on. She was wearing a white long dress, and it was like getting dirty from the dust or whatever. But, we just walked across the plank, as we talked about our wedding and getting married. And then I woke up. And of course, I woke up and I'm like, I hadn't had a dream about her in a while. So I'm thinking, like, why did that dream come to me and why was it so vivid? Like, why, you know, what did it really mean? And like I said, in theory, it could mean that she's thinking about me and maybe she has some regrets too. And instead of responding to me, she just started thinking about it as well. Um, it could just mean that I was subconsciously really thinking about what I wrote her and knowing that this was possibly the end. And the dream was just like a nice, happy ending. Who knows? The dream could have been what would have been if we continued to talk. I don't know. But it was just a dream at the end of the day. It's just a dream. And unfortunately, like that's what I have to look at it as, right? It was all a dream. It wasn't real. Reason why I know it wasn't real is because I woke up, she wasn't there, and I was still missing her, and I miss her even more today. So me writing that, me texting her that, and then having that dream, and then not being able to have it become real, it hurt. So I prayed, thanked God for waking me up, thanked God for the dream, stayed up a little bit for 30 minutes looking on the phone back and forth, put the phone down and went back to sleep, and said, yeah, I'll just record this short episode today because it was meaningful. So again, things happen for a reason. And I wouldn't have had much to talk about yesterday if I would have just talked about the text. So it's good that I waited until this great Tuesday morning. So anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about dreams. What do they really mean? Are they really just visions of things that happened or didn't, or haven't happened yet or will happen? I believe both. Somebody else who doesn't have these beliefs can literally say, dude, it didn't mean anything, you miss her, so you had a dream about her. I get that, and that's fine, right? It is what it is. Hopefully one day she gets to hear it, she can listen to this. So I guess that's it. That's all I got. I know it's short, but hopefully you enjoy it anyway. All right. It's the Really Deep Heart Ed podcast, getting a little deeper. Episode 64. Let's get them numbers up, baby. Peace. Oh, yeah. Rate, review, subscribe, share. Why not? Takes 5 seconds to do. All right. And this one will be on YouTube as well.